We are back on Countdown to Kickoff 2010. Time to take a look at 32-4A. He is the son of an NFL player, a Texas high school football star who always wanted to be a Longhorn. But today, University of Texas sophomore running back Trey Newton is giving up football. And speaking one of the best in the game, DeMarcus Ware got compared to a Hall of Famer by Coach Wade Phillips. We'll tell you which one and which jerseys DeMarcus was wearing when he was a kid. We'll do all that coming up tonight at 10. Really fast receivers at Chris Villarreal and Randy Bermea. Yes, they've got a quarterback who looks good early in Nathan Webb. But a big night for the Mustangs in Laredo. Once again, 28-20 the final. It's McAllen Memorial with the big win over Eagle Pass tonight. In Laredo, Clay Williams, Action 4 Sports.
And I like sports too. What do we got today?
You like sports?
I do.
Boy, do I have some sports for you.
She wasn't saying that earlier.
Oh my goodness. Talking behind my back and talking out of school. Des Bryant, not only the first Cowboy on the field at the Alamo Dome, he was the last to leave. An instant hit with the thousands in attendance at the Alamo Dome today. So some breaking news there from Mike Harris. He expects to rejoin the Vipers, even though he's not on the team tonight, as he'll get his ring and they'll raise the banner. He and Antonio Anderson, Garrett Temple, of course, just released by the Spurs. The whole gang getting back together. You're one of those guys who always tries to get better every camp. What is it that you particularly are working on this offseason? The Killer Bees lose at Bossier Shreveport. UTPA loses against Indiana State in the opener. But one, and only one, began their 2008 campaign tonight. I'm telling you, he's trying to take my job. Big number 63, the Chicago Bears lineman Roberto Garza, back home in the Valley this week. Radio loudmouth Don Imus heard Pac-Man's rap sheet today on air. Cowboys, of course, hoping for the best, and that is that just like last year, Greg Ellis comes out and one of the cornerstones to the franchise the past 2 years returns. Children need to be able to go out, play, do all the things they want to do. Sometimes they're not able to do that. How many guys are you going to keep on the roster? Tonight there's going to be thousands of very relieved Yellow Jacket fans. That's right, Darren. We're at Houston Texans training camp this week. Behind me at the Methodist Training Center. Inside, they're finishing up special teams practice this afternoon. This morning, Brian Cushing, the first-round draft pick, had a new look. You know, the rookie signed yesterday, but last night, yeah, you know what happens to rookies.
They got to get up and entertain us, and his singing just wasn't up to par.
You know, as part of the rookie entertainment kind of thing, went up there, sang a song, and the second part of it was getting my hair cut.
Last night in the Texans team cafeteria, after Cushing delivered a particularly uninspired version of the USC fight song, team captains D'Amico Ryans, David Anderson, and Matt Schaub decided that the luxurious locks the linebacker is known for had to go. A few scissor cuts by D'Amico Ryans later, Sampson was shorn, but Cushing took it like a champ.
Nah, he was just like, you know, he got that serious face. He always serious. He's just like, I know it had to hurt him too. He probably been going at her for 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, it's about 2 years right there, you know, often about 30 seconds. So, I mean, you know, it's a lot quicker to cut than to grow it.
They tore it all. They was cutting all kind of ways. It wasn't no kind of craftsmanship in it at all.
So what do teammates think of Cushing's new look?
I ain't gonna lie, I gotta like it better when he had the Steve cigar going on, you know. The Mohawk, he just really ain't doing it for him.
It's gone. You know, I mean, I'm a lot cooler now at practice, so I'm happy about it.
But whether he looks like Fabio or Charlie Brown, the Texans are just glad that Brian Cushing is here. He is slated to be a starting linebacker on this Texans defense. In Houston with the Texans, I'm Clay Williams for Action 4 Sports. So now the pressure is on. I mean real pressure. 120,000 gallons of water per minute. And it didn't look good at first. Strike one. Ouch. Spit back out. Strike two. Yeah, even worse. But after watching the real pros do it, success. I'm not doing spins, twists, or standing up, but I'm not falling off either, and even the family is impressed. I think it's time to get back to work. What do you think? Have I got a future at this?
Yeah, you're learning pretty fast, actually.
Darren, you're like our Swiss Army knife. You can do everything around here. Coming up on Sunday Sports Extra, OU Texas Week begins today. The Killer Bees finished the preseason in Hidalgo. And what happened at the end of the Mission Veterans game anyway? Plus, the Texans take on the defending NFC champions in the Valley of the Sun. It goes down to the wire, and a potential Cowboy superstar becomes a bona fide Cowboy superstar in an incredible performance in Kansas City. It's all coming up next on Sunday Sports Extra.
That's right.
Hello and welcome to Sunday Sports Extra. Coming up over the next 25 minutes, a record-breaking Cowboy saves the day in KC, while a Texans comeback falls short in the Valley of the Sun. Plus, OU Texas week starts now, the Bees and Rays in exhibition, and we talk fights on the field in our free-for-all discussion. But first, for the first time in 7 seasons, the Mercedes Tigers took a win from their ancient rivals at Ed Couch-Elsa on Friday night, and there was no doubt who was the better team this time around. The Tigers' defense came up huge, limiting La Máquina Amarilla to less than 200 yards total offense, and then Albert Chavez did the rest. The Mercedes quarterback injured a week ago, but nothing was going to keep him out of this game. 4 touchdowns and 245 yards through the air, a testament to that.
The trainers did a good job with me and my injury, but might as well the team did a very good job. Everybody did a good job. 110%. Everybody gave 110%.
It's a huge win for our program, and hopefully this builds some momentum continuing with our district play. Like I said, we still have a lot of goals set out in front of us, including making the playoffs and hopefully have an opportunity to win a district championship.
Chavez comes in second in this week's Pocket Passer of the Week standings behind Javier Faminat of Palmview, 266 yards and 2 touchdowns. Rushers led by Kiki Saldana. He went over 1,000 yards with his 251-yard performance on Friday night. 3 touchdowns as well. How about top receivers? Jonathan Ayala is your leader for Mercedes, 149 yards and 2 touchdowns in Week 6. Staying in 4A, a controversy at the end of the Mission Veterans game. Patriots down 3 and driving with under a minute to go, but the clock keeps running after this out-of-bounds play. Instead of 30 seconds left, time runs out on this play. The head ump was injured earlier on, and the replacement head ump only gave 10 seconds back. Veterans coach David Gilpin told me today there was no explanation from the refs why only 10 seconds was given back. No explanation why they immediately started the clock again instead of waiting for the snap. The upshot, Mission wins 10-7. Eagles coach Mario Pena knew that his team dodged a bullet.
On the point over here. All we need is the first down by Morales, and we can do that. We almost cost us the game. We're lucky, man. That's a good one. We're lucky. We're lucky. Look at where they showed up to play, man. They showed up. We did it. We did it. You understand that?
Yes, sir, but Mission does go up 1 spot in our RGV power rankings with 956sports.com and valleycentral.com. And Lyford comes in at number 10 as well. Harlingen, Sharyland, PSJ North, still your top 3, still undefeated. Just how good are the Dallas Cowboys? The 2 teams they've beaten are a combined 0-7. The 2 teams Dallas has lost to a combined 8-0. So the guess here is the boys are average, but that could change if they lost to another winless squad, the 0-4 Chiefs in Kansas City today. Well, they did do it. 26-20 is the final. Miles Austin, 153 receiving yards in the 4th quarter alone, 250 receiving yards total. That is a Cowboys record, breaking the old record held by Bullet Bob Hayes back in 1966. Huge day for Miles Austin as the Cowboys go to 3-2 on the year. Meanwhile, the Houston Texans just hoping to keep their roster intact this week, missing 3 with the flu last week, 1 to H1N1, and then linebacker Brian Cushing missed with symptoms this week, but everyone apparently hale and hearty for a date with the NFC champion Cardinals in Arizona. But the Texans do fall to 2-3 on the year. Matt Schaub, a great game, but that interception was the difference. Kurt Warner still getting it done. He threw for 302 yards as well. His 2 touchdowns both came in the first half. College football now, the Texas A&M Kingsville unbeaten season was about to end yesterday at the hands of A&M Commerce when Porter alum Billy Garza stepped up big time. The Javelinas quarterback led his team to 14 points in the final 10 minutes of the game to edge A&M Commerce's Tigers on the road 35-34. Garza sets a record while doing so, 31 completions in the game. That is a new A&M Kingsville record. Meanwhile, some other guys who were doing well, Meshach Rivas had 4 great kickoff returns, including 1 for 56 yards as Texas State lost, 126 yards for him. Jeremy Springer, 2 solo tackles and 3 assists for UTEP. That's 3 assists better than Justin Springer, who got 2 solo tackles in a win for Kansas. Meanwhile, another slow start for the Texas Longhorns last night in their Big 12 opener, down 14-10 at halftime. That's when Earl Thomas returned an interception, 92 yards for a touch. Ben Wells recovered a block punt for another score. The Horns pull away from Colorado in the second half, 38-14. But now OU Texas week begins. The Red River rivalry next Saturday in Dallas. UT knows they have to start stronger against the Sooners. Yeah, just another conference game, says Sergio Kendall, but everybody knows it's not, and the top 25 is out. And then for the 9th time this decade, both OU and Texas come in ranked. Oklahoma at number 20. Texas at number 3. They get vaulted by Alabama, who jumps over the Longhorns to take that number 2 spot. It has been a quick-moving preseason for the Rio Grande Valley Killer Bees as they begin their 7th season in the Valley. Camp began Monday. One preseason game Friday in Laredo. Another tonight in Hidalgo. The season opener at home Saturday against the Bucks. Tonight an exhibition with Corpus Christi, Tom Sawatsky, Deshaun Muncie, and just like that, it is 1-0 Bees. But the Ice Rays come back. Stephane LaChapelle ties it up past Wiley Rogers, gets it past there, and it's a 1-1 tie. Down 2-1, not anymore. Damon Raycroft, sweet pass to Andrew Shimbry. Shot, no rebound, score. Ties it up at 2, but the Ice Rays score 1 more, and the Bees do fall. 3-2 is your final. Boxing last night on South Padre Island, a big win for Lyford's Eric Molina, who takes the WBC Latino Cruiserweight belt in a 10-round unanimous decision over Gabriel Holguin. Holguin had never been knocked down in 31 fights until Molina did it last night. The drummer boy now 12-1 in his career. Schedule, it's a best-of-7 series. It will start in Yankee Stadium, but not until Friday. What's that all about? Angels, Yankees, Friday, Saturday, and then it moves to Anaheim next Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. That's a week from tomorrow. This one's going to be a long one. We are coming right back on Sunday Sports Extra, our football free-for-all. We'll make some picks in some of the big games for Week 7 of Valley High School football. How will the clock controversy affect Mission veterans in their big game this Friday? And what's up with all the fighting? We talk about that coming up next on Sunday Sports Extra.